Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at why the Broncos suck. Well, there are multiple reasons why the Broncos suck, so today we're going to be taking a look at their offense, defense, and then a couple of individual players that can make a key difference in our team. So, let's start off with the offense. Denver Broncos offense has been nothing pretty this year, that's for sure. Total yards a game, 26th. Yards per game, 26th. Passing yards per game, 27th. Total passing yards, 27th. But there is one problem that is hurting Broncos more than anything else. They are minus 20 in turnover differential, worst in the league. They have thrown the most picks in the entire league with 23, and they have the most turnovers with 32. This is all from Drew Lock. Is he ready to be a franchise QB? When do we get rid of him? And who do we replace him with? I hate to break it to you, but Drew Lock is not a franchise quarterback. He is going to get us through the next 2, maybe 3 years at most. After that, we got to find somebody else, or else the future isn't looking too bright ahead of us. But if we really want to get a good quarterback, we're either going to have to find somebody in free agency or tank. But, speaking of free agency, there are rumors now that the Broncos are going to sign Matthew Stafford in free agency. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would be a dream. Alright, now let's take a look at the defensive side of the ball. The problems on the defensive side of the ball are pretty bad, but nothing compared to the offense. Broncos defense, again, struggles with the turnovers. We only had 14 all year, 4 of them by Justin Simmons, who is also facing free agency and who I think we should definitely keep because he is a franchise player who can lead that defense, and he makes all the difference. He's going to be, in my mind, a 4 or 5 time all-pro safety in his career. And then the running defense. Denver with 29th in yards per carry, allowing 4.8. That is horrendous. Well, you could say one of the reasons why, and this is probably a big reason why, is because Jarrell Casey and Shelby Harris were out for the majority of the year. And those are 2 big run stoppers. And Bradley Chubb can only do as much as one player can do. You need at least 4 players up in that front 7 to get the job done. All right, now let's take a look at the positives of the defense. So, Denver is 9th in the league with 2.9 sacks a game and 42 sacks all year. And that's pretty darn good, considering, Jarrell Casey and Shaquille Barrett were out all year. That is Bradley Chubb making an impact on the first year that we've had him where he hasn't been injured. He is truly a star. The pass defense, Denver, although it might not sound good, was 16th in the league, allowing 237 yards per game. Now, if you allow 237 pass yards a game, in this league, you should hold up fine, and you should be able to make it to the playoffs if you can be, decent all around. So, the pass defense, although it's not stellar, is still pretty good. But we need people like A.J. Boye, who now has a 6-game suspension and the first 4 games of next year, he is suspended. And we need Bryce Callahan to stay healthy. This year, the Broncos were 16th, and we were down to our 3rd string cornerback as our starter for the last 4 games of the season, which is pretty crazy. All right, and then finally, the best part about this defense is chain stealing. We still hold the all-time record with 2 chains stolen by the same player from the same player. Wow, looks like the Broncos have 1 record, thanks to Aqib Talib. And then, time for the question we're all been waiting for. When will Denver make it to the playoffs? It's pretty hard to tell with this team, but considering the fact that they signed new general manager George Payton, I don't know what he likes to call himself, I think we'll be able to make it to the wild card in 2 years if we play our cards properly, because we got some great players. All we need is 2 or 3 more, a good quarterback, and maybe a little bit better pass defense, and we should be fine for the playoffs. People were saying we were making the playoffs this year, but we were ruled by injuries. So I guess in 2 years, or maybe even next year, but I wouldn't get my hopes too high, considering anything can happen. Well, that's all, folks. Go Broncos.